Hey, what's up, everybody? I can't believe it's the end of the month already. January happens to be one of my favorite months as it is my birthday month, as well as my wife's and my awesome son's. We all have birthdays this month. Now, my grandma's was also this month, and we did celebrate, although she is no longer with us. But definitely a very birthday-filled month, and it flew by. I've been talking about this in the chat. It's almost doesn't seem like a whole month. Some people are saying it's actually feels like 5 weeks. I feel like it's been like 5 days. Pretty high stuff for us. Good. As you can see, I actually took the time to fix up and give us a new January background and theme. Now, the snow has not hit Oregon yet. I know that a lot of you out there have seen a lot of snow, but for me, we're supposed to get it starting either tomorrow or Sunday, and it's supposed to go through like Tuesday. Now, it's supposed to be one of those things here where it snows a little bit, and then it melts, and then it snows again, and then it melts. So we'll be going through that. Hopefully it doesn't get too icy, as we have a pretty big appointment next week, and it's a little bit of a road trip away, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But as more and more people come in, what is up? I see Nam is out there. Ms. Phantom, good to see you. Rob's out there. Both Rob Preston and Rob Peak, good to see you both. Finn Man's out there as well. Good to see all of you. Appreciate it. Welcome back, y'all. We've got a couple stats to just go over. We had a pretty good month as far as the end of December/January. They do it in a 4-week chunk, so all these stats are based on 4 weeks. You can see we this was last month right here, 212,000, 675,000 views. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's crazy if you think about it. 675,000 views and 35,000 watch time hours and some change. Now, fast forward to this month, we actually jumped a whole 1,000 plus subs. As you can see, 297 with a jump of 164, and we're all the way up to 805,000 views. So like I said, pretty big month. As you can see, we're just shy of 700,000, so 125K plus for this month. That's awesome. Now what's crazy? Money's down. That's a whole nother story though. But you can see watch time got a big jump as well. And I can't thank you guys enough for continuing to support this. Whether you're watching live streams, whether you're here only for the game breaks, whether you only watch our Lego stuff, and you'll never hear me say this. Regardless, we appreciate your support and love. Definitely awesome. We're on year 13, 14 now, 14. That's crazy to me. 14 years of playing video games. I remember when my dad used to tell me, you're never going to get anywhere playing video games. Well, I haven't gotten very far, but I have gotten somewhere. So he can, hashtag SID, I guess. All right, we got Matt out there. Preston Bros. We got Adam B is out there too. Malachi, hey, Adam D is out there. Woo to the hoo-hoo-hoo. Adam, you were a gifted recipient today over on HTG TV. There was a handful, thanks to Justin Raised and, well, some other guy. I think his name is Inadub, but I can't remember. But yeah, so definitely awesome to see you here today. All right, so again, thank you so much, guys, for the continued support. Ooh, I just shocked my system. I don't know how I'm sitting here. I haven't moved, but somehow I have an electric charge, and I have officially shocked my Stream Deck. It is now back, so I'll go ahead and pull those numbers and that out of here. I want to talk a little bit about my poor dog Drexler. Most of you guys know we've had Drex for quite a long time now. He's even got his own emoji out there. Any of the members actually can participate and throw the Drex face out there. Poor guy tore a ligament, like literally like ruptured it, toasty, gone, bye. That happened at the end of December, early January. We're not exactly sure when it ruptured, but he had some issues on New Year's Eve. And then by January 3rd or 4th, we got him to the doc, and the doctor was like, oh, he seems to be fine. And Drex was sort of using his leg again. 2 days later, he couldn't use it at all. And so since like the 5th or 7th or something, but the first week of January, he has been in tripod mode. And I got a little video for you just to kind of show you. You can see, it's kind of hard to see, but his back right leg never touches the ground. He just kind of hovers that thing. And it's a short video. I didn't really think about getting any video footage until I was like, oh yeah, well, I should probably show something. But we finally, after a month almost of waiting, we got into our consult appointment. Now, why did it take so long? That's a great question. Unfortunately, the type of surgery he needs to have is called a TPLO. I can't tell you what that stands for, but it's basically the ligament reassignment. And what they do is they go in and they actually restructure his leg bone. And then it no longer needs the ligament that has been torn. So he won't be able to destroy or hurt this knee again. Unfortunately, he has another back knee that he could do it to. But so it's a pretty intensive surgery. They go in with a bone saw and shave it down, and that is the process. It's fairly easy, I guess, to do if you know what you're doing. But so I mean, it shouldn't take too long. It's not a high risk type of thing. They say that he should be able to get to about 95% of his full recovery. So not quite 100, but 95, we'll take it. Now, it is a very expensive surgery, and good thing my wife got pet insurance when we got him. You know, my mom had a big dog that blew out probably the same type of injury, and it cost them thousands of dollars to have it fixed. And again, it was something that took quite a while to get done. And my mom, when we got Drex, one of the first things she said was, you know, it's not cheap. You may never need it. Hopefully you never do, but you should get pet insurance. And here's what we use. Here's what you should get. And so we've been paying quite a bit of money. It's like, you know, 40 or 50 bucks a month or something like, which is not a lot of money really. But you know, if you, just like any warranty or anything, any kind of insurance policy, like if you go the whole term or your whole life or whatever without using it, that seems like a waste. But in those moments that you actually need it, they come in huge handy. So in this case, it's going to cover about 80%, which is amazing because it is about a $7,000 surgery. So the good news is we got him scheduled for Tuesday. I won't lie, I'm a little nervous. We have to drop him off Tuesday morning at 7:38 in the morning. And then once we leave him, we will have a 24-hour period without him. So they're going to do the surgery, give us an update mid to late day, tell us how it went, and then they're going to keep him pretty sedated. And then it's crazy. We were like so freaked out about his recovery. We had no idea. Our room is up a set of stairs. He's already struggling kind of getting up and down, but he's managed. And the doctor said, is he doing stairs now? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, then he can do stairs on Wednesday. We were like, on Wednesday? He's not going to be in a cast or anything? He's not going to need to be like, we thought we were going to have to get like some sort of like a, you know, like the old ancient kings and queens used to get carried on those little pillow, I don't remember what they're called, but we thought we were going to have to do a sling or something. Drex does not like being picked up, so we couldn't really pick him up and take. He squirms and he's going to hurt us or fall out and hurt himself, so we just not comfortable doing that. But it's turning out that he's not going to need any of that. And Jillian was all planning on sleeping downstairs for a couple of days or weeks, but you know, to make sure that he had somebody's, because we didn't want to leave him alone, but if we couldn't do stairs and we didn't have a way to get him up, then what are we going to do? So we had all this stuff sort of planned out. And all of it was great news. The doctor was like, I mean, other than it was really expensive and it's an hour away, and the first snowstorm that we've had this winter is going to be literally the day that we go to drop them off. So we're hoping that it'll be like the early side of it. It is early in the morning, so that's unfortunate for temperatures. Obviously, you know, when the sun comes up, usually it gets a little bit warmer, even if it is cold. So anyways, it's all good news, really. I mean, it's a bummer that Drex did this. You know, his genetics just aren't in his favor as far as his knees go. His genetics are not in our favor as far as our finances go, because we were told there is basically the numbers say that about 30% of the dogs that have this surgery end up blowing their other knee and having to have the same surgery. 30%. So, I mean, on the bright side, there's 70% that we won't have that happen. Now, Drex is a psycho, and he cannot not chase squirrels or birds or cats or bicyclists or motorcyclists. all of the above. He just absolutely just wants to murder. He doesn't. I don't think he'd really hurt a motorcycle or any of that, or a kid or anything. But a squirrel, we've already seen the squirrel. One of them didn't make it a couple summers ago. So, he just likes to play. He's got a prey drive, and he's a good boy. So hopefully he won't rupture his knee being a schmohawk in the backyard jumping up and down. So, quick reminder, on Tuesday, I will likely have the stream page up late. My plan is to play our game that we started last week, which I thought was absolutely a blast. Like, what a surprise hit as far as my liking. I don't know if anybody even watched it. It was over on HTG TV. It's called Crime Boss Rocket City. And it is so much like Payday in the sense that they have these heist missions where the four of us have to work together, and we had a blast. I was the only one that didn't die even once. Oh, did I actually say that out loud? My bad. Sorry for those who died. I was pretty good at picking everybody up, and I carried us, unlike today in Apex, where Nam was trying to carry me, but I ate too many Twinkies or something because we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. And I even practiced this morning, and I was telling him, my aim, it's feeling pretty good. And my aim wasn't bad. I just ended up being bad. So, yeah. Anyways, I see some more people are showing up. What's up, guys? Welcome. Appreciate the kind words, thoughts, and prayers for the Drex. He, he's such a good boy, and his demeanor and everything is still the same. So, that's good. We do have this like worry that in his head, he's like, man, it's been a month and these stupid parents of mine haven't fixed this, or, I don't know if he knows that we've been calling everywhere within like a 200-mile radius. And we called a lot of places, probably 20, 25 places we called that were supposed to be able to do this. And they either were booked out till February or March before they could see us, which is crazy. We got a cancellation. It would have been February or March had I not have just gotten lucky and called right when I did the place that I did. So, anyways, Drex will be good soon, and I will definitely update you guys as that becomes available. Now, as I mentioned, this month was birthday month, and I am really sad to report we did not take one photo on Reese's birthday. I asked my wife, and I was like, oh man, we were terrible parents. We didn't take one picture. We took him and his friend out to dinner, and we actually took my mother-in-law as well. So we had a nice dinner out at a local place, kind of one of the nicer restaurants. Salem doesn't have a ton of nice stuff. I don't know how nice it really is, but it's actually a brewery, so it's probably not that nice. But it's a pretty expensive something. Boy, I'm getting blown up by a number I do not recognize. Here in a second, I'm going to check that voicemail and just see what the crap, because this is the third time they've called since I've started at 5. Yeah, anyways. Insert eye roll here. I see you. Hey, you know what? In your defense, you had multiple games with either the most or the second most kills and the highest hit percentage. You were doing work too. Now, the other two, I'm not going to throw under the bus too far, but yeah. So anyways, I don't have any pictures of Reese's birthday. That's we went out. It was actually kind of fun. We asked, hey, do you guys give like free cake or anything for birthdays? And they're like, usually we give you a free beer. And they looked at Reese and they go, you're not 21 yet, are you? And Reese goes, next year, can we count that for next year? and she was like, no, sorry, I can't give you a beer. And she looks at me and she goes, but I can cover one of your beers though. And I was like, hey, let's go ahead and get another one. Thanks, Reese. And he was like, what? So I got a free beer for Reese's birthday. He was pissed because he didn't get nothing. I mean, we took him out to a nice dinner and he got dessert, but it was pretty funny. All right, so hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt this, but just to make sure this isn't like some weird emergency with like my mom or something. Oh, damn. It's not for me, but this is very unfortunate news for somebody. which I'm really surprised. It's a healthcare center in La Pine, Oregon, which is a long ways away. They clearly have the wrong number, though. Somebody has a blood clot that's they're gonna have to life threatening complications. I'll have to respond to that and let them know that they got the wrong number, because I'm certainly not going to be responsible for somebody. I mean, not that. Anyways, so we missed out on Reese's birthday, but not the wife's. The wife's birthday had some documentation, and it's only because my amazing son, who sort of, I don't want to say he abused, but he totally did abuse his privileges with his work. He works at Baskin Robbins, which is a ice cream place. They have 31 flavors of ice cream, and they're also known for making ice cream cakes. So my wife has a history of loving the buttercream frozen frosting that they put on cakes. Not the fondant, but the buttercream. And so he told our friend, who's the manager and makes the cakes, I need a flower-based cake. My mom loves plants and flowers, and so I need some sort of... And so they actually looked online, and they found a couple of examples of things, and they ended up landing on this crazy design, and it's all flowers. So it's not plants. I mean, she loves flowers too, but she's got... Most of her plants don't have flowers on them, but check this out. So I felt like a schmohawk because I mean, I got her some stuff, but it was not nearly this cool. Look at that thing. So every single one of those spinny roses, petals, whatever, all of that, buttercream frosting. And what's crazy is the roses, all of the roses start with a Hershey's Kiss. Now, let me tell you this. If you've ever had a Hershey's Kiss, they are delicious. If you've ever put one in the freezer, they are teeth destroyers. Luckily, no teeth were harmed in the eating of this cake, because Reese informed us that inside these really soft, delicious, melty flowers was the hardest rock that ever could be, which is chocolate. So, and I see you out there, Nom. I mean, it's kind of hard because you're so close to the ground, but I do see you and your terrible comments. And I see you laughing, Rays. Don't you dare feed into this. All right. So, since Nam was really hoping for a closer look at what he's referring to as diabetes, we'll go ahead and give you a closer look. So look at that. I mean, look at the detail. Look at the detail. And inside was a chocolate cake with frosting on the cake, ice cream, which also has the buttercream frosting in it. So pretty delicious, pretty awesome. I got my wife a really cool plant stand that actually has two sides, so you can put it like on either side of a window, right? And it has like, it leads up, and they're like symmetrical but opposite of each other. And it's actually really cool, and it's got lights on it, so we can put it wherever. It doesn't have to be by a window, it can be wherever. And so we're excited about that. That's going to be something that will get built soon. I also got her some sweatshirts that have not been delivered. They had to reissue the delivery, so that's fun. And then fast forward to my birthday. As you guys know, I've been talking about this guy right here for a long time, like a long time. And as it turns out, they happen to have a used one at the local lot. It's not really local to me. It's actually about an hour away, but the local Salem one is terrible. They do markups. They're terrible at all the stuff they do. And ultimately, I don't want to deal with them. So I went up to test drive this bad boy. And I ended up getting to not only test drive it, but to drive it home. So, yeah, this is the inside. And the wing. Just a couple quick views here. Puddle lights down below showing the R. Pretty awesome. It's also lights up the handle so you don't smash your fingers. Met up with Nam, went on a quick cruise. And you can see him in his RS3. Well, not him, but his RS3. There's my Golf R looking over Portland. And last but not least, the tail view. So yeah, had a lot of fun so far with that thing, and hopefully soon I'll be putting some videos up on my Instagram that I started, and more on that once I get some content. Um, Boy, I just had a really crazy like hot wave hit me. I haven't eaten anything for a long time. I told Nam I had to go so I could go eat, and I ended up not eating anything. Wife went to go get pizza, so feeling good that food's coming, but a little bit of I'm not quite to where my wife was at the dealership. That was a crazy incident. So quick story about the car. Um, Again, we didn't think we were buying a car. We were just going to test drive, and then we're going to go get some cookies down the road. I ended up loving the car. They made me a pretty sweet deal. I bought a bunch of extra stuff that I have now revoked. I pulled back on it. I'm no longer getting half the stuff. And part of it was actually on the car. Some services that I was going to pay for had already been done, and I didn't want to pay extra for that. So, but, the wife was really not loving the longevity of this process. It was supposed to take like 30 to 45 minutes. It ended up taking about 3 hours. That's after the test drive, after the initial talks, after the back and forth. Like it took like 2.5, 3 hours after that. Pretty disappointing. Mainly because the guy was like, he kept acting like he was waiting for these approvals or these things to happen. But he was like telling stories about like, honestly, he was pissing me off because he was talking about food and he knew we were hungry. And he was like, in a way, being helpful, right? Like, oh, there's this place over here. There's this place over here. It's your birthday. You got to go somewhere nice. You should check this. Have you ever been to this place? And again, I don't think he was intentionally trying to, but he was. And both my wife and I were like, oh my God, stop talking about meatball sandwiches. Okay, we get it. You love the fries and the wings there. Okay, we get it. We get it. We get it, And then he started talking about cars and racing. And I think that he prolonged the process a lot. Now, again, he claimed he was waiting for internet stuff to process. The system is slow today. But I think he was milking it. And in the end, he sold me a bunch of stuff that I have gone back on. And so I don't think it was really worth his time either. But yeah, what was that? I saw a comment, question, something, Harper, but then you got rid of it before I could finish it. But yeah, so I am absolutely in love with my car. The only thing that is not good about my car is that it is currently slower than Nom's. And it's also, so my son has not yet, we have not been to the bank and gone through the formalities of it, but my son is actually buying my old GTI. Now, if you haven't heard the story about my old GTI, real quick, I spent a lot of money on it and built it up. And it was pretty much built to the point where I could go further, but like it was thousands of dollars to gain like 25 or 50 horse. Wasn't worth it, especially since the car had trouble with traction already, which is why I really wanted the Golf R. It has all-wheel drive, and I mean, it's beautiful. Look at that thing. That is exactly my car, by the way. Same color, same wheels, same everything. Like, it ended up, I was going to wait for a different version, but with the changes happening with, import, export, like costs are going to go way up. And this one was on sale and it was actually about $6,000 cheaper than the new ones cost. And it only had 1,900 miles on it. So, it was used, but it was basically broken in. So I was ready. I could drive it fast and hard already because they say about 1,000 miles to break in and it was at 2, just under. And I've only driven it like 3 times since then. We took it out to go see Nam. We took it out to go. I went and got groceries in it one day because I just wanted to drive it. And then Mike came over and I took him out for like a quick little spin. But I haven't really I've put like 200, maybe 250 miles on it. And I've had it for a full week now. Looking forward to summer cruises and things this summer. Nam may join us, may not, but I have a buddy named Greg who I go on all sorts of like car show and events. And now I can actually go to this event called Wookiees in the Woods, which is 4 R32s, which are the earlier versions of the Golf R. But because they sound like a Wookiee. Woo! They have like a very different, unique engine note. And they go ripping through this section of the woods in California. And last year I couldn't go. Well, I wasn't really invited because I had a GTI. I didn't have an R or an R32. So this year I'm going. I don't care if I get invited or not. I'm going. But what's your favorite game of all time? Well, the game that brings the warmest of warm feels and that I loved to its core and played like I don't even want to talk about how many hours I logged on that game, especially over the franchise over the years. But it would be SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs. Game hasn't been around for 10 plus years, and I hope that it gets a remaster, remake, read something. I don't think it will, but obviously there are a lot of things would have to change to make it more modern. Uh, Anyways, but yeah, SOCOM's been like my one of my favorites. Lego City Undercover is one of my top Lego games. That is accurate. SOCOM definitely takes over that. Chicken, no, not Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse does not make the top 5. Get out of here with that. But yeah, so like I said, I will be making some small pieces of content, probably and putting it on Instagram. I'll be sharing that later down the road. If and when you guys want to follow, you can. Totally unrelated to Happy Thumb. So it'll be like there's this place called Stonehenge in Washington, the state. Not over, like, there's Stonehenge, and then there's like little mini Stonehenge. And I've never been, and I don't think I'll be able to get any like cool pictures of the car with the stones because I don't think you can get close. But we're actually planning. There's a trip happening on April 6th, 9th, something like that, coming up in a couple of months, and I hope to go check that out. But there's a lot of things like that fun places to go, things to do. I'm not very social these days, with my sensory overload and, my anxiety that I struggle with. I don't really like even Blazer games. One of my favorite things to do is watch the Blazers play. And I prefer to watch it right behind me in my recliner on my big screen with the sound cranked, but I'm in the privacy of mine. I can pause it and go to the bathroom. They won't wait for me if I got to go to the bathroom there too. So same with like even going to the movies and stuff. I'm not very, I don't get out very much. I don't have like a minimum or maximum quota of things. I'm trying to get out more. Told the wife I'd go to a comedy special with her. I have this thing about like being intentional with my outings, right? Like I don't want to just go out to go out. I don't need to go to a bar and drink, whatever. I don't need to go somewhere to feel like if I want to go do something, I have no problem going to do that usually, but I don't like just going out. And even restaurants, I'd prefer to eat it at home and watch something on TV again, where I could pause it, go to the bathroom, do whatever I want, need. No one's judging me. No one's looking at me. I've got really delicious desserts here too, which don't cost me nearly as much as the stores do. Or the restaurants. But anyways, Josh is out there. What up, dude? Let's see here. But yeah, ultimately, my birthday was awesome. Although my wife almost murdered me and everybody around me during the car purchase stuff, it was actually a really good day. Definitely hit the jackpot with the wifey. She's not even here. She can't hear me. She's not watching. This is not a ploy. Like, just never a bad or dull moment, always something positive and moving forward. Unless Nom's around, and then there's that drag that happens. But yes, I know you're always judging me. Yes, and yes, I know you're all aboard too, Gray. Choo choo, bro. Choo choo. All right, so I have been on pause mode for production stuff like guide writing and whatnot. I've been waiting forever for our guy Dougie to be available, and sadly, he has not been available. Now, I've got questions out to him that he's supposed to answer. He hasn't even had time to do that. I mean, I don't feel like he's lying to me or ghosting me or anything like that. I just know that right now, between his job, he's got a young daughter, and he's got a wife, and he's got a bunch of family stuff going on too right now. Again, not my place to explain details, but dude is busy, and I recognize and been trying to be patient. So, things like Lego Horizon has been kind of on hold. I do have plans to continue that. Kirsten has been providing me with some of the answers that I need. And the problem is here's why I haven't moved forward. I'm pretty sure I know everything that I need to know, but the next video I'm making is the how to proceed from here to be the most efficient and complete everything to finish it, right? So without having my guide writers, full on like this, and this, I have had to wing it a little bit. And I don't like winging when it's going to be a video. Now, most of the stuff's pretty simple. You pretty much play it, and there's really no wrong way to do it. But I like to try to take the most efficient pathway, the one that helps people, right? Like that's my whole intention of making these videos. It's not just so you'll watch it; it's so that I can help you with something, help something that I've paid somebody to help me with because I couldn't figure it out sometimes on my own. But so ultimately, Horizon should start again. I may even make that video tomorrow or Sunday. We'll be back streaming again on Sunday. We'll just see how the weekend looks. If it gets nice out, I'm going to probably go for a drive somewhere. If it's not nice, I'll be stuck home working or doing something. So all of that, let's see here, explains why you have the team. Oh, yeah. I got my team shirt. I also got the red lights on for Blazer Vision. It was kind of a subtle hint. I didn't know if anybody would notice. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. Something happened and they're decent all of a sudden. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm enjoying it while it's here because it's been a rough couple of years, you guys. But no, for reals though, go Blazers. Now Lego Horizon should be, I've been trickling videos out pretty much on all my non-stream days. I will release a video. And I've still got 15 or so left to release. So I've still got a little bit of cushion as far as not missing releases and keeping content flowing. Although nobody's watching on the like the level that I was hoping they would. I think over time that game will be a big hitter because Funko Fusion's it's already on half price sale for Steam. It's gonna be on half price sale for consoles soon. It's a phenomenal game made by the developers who've made all the Lego games we love. The game has had some errors and some hurdles in its development and even post-release, but it's come together. It's almost perfect. And they're still releasing content all the time. It's not necessarily a cash grab. There's a lot of cool stuff that they're bringing in and, more levels, more stuff on the way. So I don't know if it'll be like a continued service thing like Fortnite or whatever. I don't know if it's considered a live service because there's no battle passes, there's no things like that. But I mean, I do feel like the development on this game is going to continue for a while before they jump to like a Funko Fusion 2 or some sort of other Funko based game. But I could be wrong. They could already be working on the next Funko game. I don't know. I'm connected to them, but I haven't asked those questions. I was told though, this week was going to be the week that we get, in fact, my email from them last week says, expect the new update with the fix to your problem midweek next week. Well, here we are on Friday. And I tried to launch Steam and Funko before the stream started, but then I realized it was like 1 minute till. And so I just canceled it all. I'll have to check it later and see. But that's something I'm ready to get back to work on too, because I've had a blast making those. And yes, it's just like Lego. There's, instead of mini kits, there's silver crowns. There's tasks and puzzles to get those silver crowns. There's tons of fun bad guys smashing and grabbing and, all of the above. So I definitely recommend it. If you haven't had a chance yet, don't jump yet. Wait, it'll be on sale. It'll be totally worth waiting for. And hopefully my guide will be completed by then. I mean, the reason I don't want to do it is because I don't want to make a video that's going to get changed and be easier and then have my video either have to be redone or, and it won't be the same because I will have already gotten the collectibles once. So although I can go through the same steps, it won't be exactly the same. So more Funko and Lego videos coming soon. If you guys haven't already figured out, you can actually access all the stuff that I've created that hasn't yet been released through the playlists and or the end screen link. So if you go to the most recent, Funko video, you can watch it to the end or, scroll to the end. It'll have a screen it has a link and you can follow that link. It'll take you to the next video. Easier ways playlist. So the only downside to that at all for me is that I can't schedule an unlisted video. I'm not sure why YouTube doesn't allow that. You can schedule a private video. You cannot schedule an unlisted video. Something they haven't figured out in the code, or maybe there's a reason. I see Rands out there. What's up, man? Callaway is back. The Hawks. The Hawks actually have some talent. They're definitely, they've got a couple, they're kind of where the Blazers were a couple years ago. They've got some really good young players that haven't really figured each other out and don't really know each other. And they also have like a really decent scoring vet that can kind of help lead and do, like, Trae Young can go off for 40 points pretty much any night, but the Hawks are likely still going to lose because they just haven't quite figured it out. And for what it's worth, my Blazers, I mean, I don't think they've figured anything out, but something has changed and they're playing for each other now. It's weird. And I mean, even the fans that are in my groups on Facebook and stuff, they're like, this is the most excited I've been in the last couple of years. And all the fire the coach talk is gone, all the get rid of the owner talk is gone. Like, everyone's like, yeah, people were selling their tickets like crazy. Now they're buying and wanting better tickets. So I mean, I don't know if the pendulum has fully swung back in the direction we want yet, or if it's still kind of hanging up there in that like rebuild stuff. But Atlanta's kind of in the same boat. I don't know what their record is, but I know it's not good. I mean, Atlanta's still playing, so they're 9th right now. Portland is currently 13th in the West, but the West is way different too. Like, our record in the East would put us a little bit higher. Not a whole lot, but I mean, we'd be right there on the threshold. We'd be right behind Atlanta in that same sense. But anyways, all right. So moving forward, you guys, we've got a new stream schedule. So a couple of the days are the same for now. One of them being Sunday will likely change by the end of February. But that being said, I know Brian D has probably fallen asleep to my nasally drone. But if he's still out there, let's see here. He was asking what game was going to be on Monday. So Goat Simulator was an absolute blast. And I am really excited to tell you that it got a remaster. So I'm not very big on remasters for the most part. But this one, it's so goofy and just wild. Some of it's kind of inappropriate, which is part of the reason why I love it. But that being said, I'm going to be bouncing around as a goat for the next week or two on Mondays. And then I'm hopeful that by the end of the month, I will probably platinum or finish that up. And I'm hopeful that Power Wash Sims, the latest DLC, will be out. I want to say it's like February 17th or 14th or something like that. We're going to see a Wallace and Gromit Power Wash Sim update. So, just like the SpongeBob and the other collaborations, it'll likely be a very popular Wallace and Gromit location, which I have no idea what that is. I've always been a fan of the animation style and stuff. Chicken Run and the other Aardvark, or however you say it. I've always been a fan of that stuff. So I'm curious to see how it looks and how it plays. But other than that, so that's kind of my next 2 games planned for Monday. Goat Simulator till I either get the plat or you guys are over it. And then hopefully we'll get to transition into Mostly Clean Mondays again with Power Wash Sims DLC for Wallace and Gromit. Tuesday, we've got Crime Boss Roque City. And this has been delightful. It was a free game. We had a heck of a time trying to decide what we were going to play on Tuesdays as a group. Some of us were a little bit short on money and stuff after the holidays and weren't really wanting to spend full game price for maybe what would be considered sort of an older game. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just being real that it took us a while to figure out a game. And we ended up finding one that was for free that we all had access to. Well, all but Bobby, because he had let his plus go. So he had to renew his plus in order to gain access. But a pretty easy task considering most games for the online portion do require, not all, but most do. So we've had a blast playing that. And we talked about the similarities to Payday 3 and how I would love to return to that, see how it's updated and progressed, what new missions and maps are available. I've always been a fan of the Payday series. That's how Gray and I met. We were playing Payday 2. We found each other. I think he was stalking me, but he claims he just found us in a lobby. But, I've been playing Payday 2, Payday 3 forever. And I've always just loved the co-op aspect. You have to lean so much on teammates to actually do specific tasks. And some people are really good at, getting bags filled with money and throwing them down. Some people are better at running bags out. Like, there's all these different tasks that, people shine or maybe, could use some help with. And so I've just loved that, and trying to get the perfect heist has been fun. So although this is different, Rockay City does remind me a lot of Payday, and ironically, Payday 3 is going to be free next month on PlayStation Plus. So we'll probably play this for a couple more weeks, see how far we get. Most of the trophies are for the platinum on this Rockay City are single player stuff. So I've talked about maybe playing the single player at some point too. I don't know if that'd be interesting to you guys or not, but ultimately I am excited to get back to both of those. So that'll be Tuesday's games for the next couple of weeks / months. And then on Wednesday, I'm finally jumping into DRDR. So I very much have always enjoyed the Dead Rising series, which has been pretty much an Xbox series. Now, a few years back, they did bring it to PlayStation. And if you guys remember, I actually did stream Dead Rising 4, and I played all the way through it, and I had a game-breaking glitch with one of the trophies. So I basically got like 100 of the 100, whatever it was, and it only counted 99 of them. There wasn't a 101st one to change that to get to 100, so there was no way to get that trophy, which also overlapped with another trophy of getting all of the collectibles. So I ended up getting hosed on 2. And I got really upset, and what did I do? I started a whole new save all over again and tried to replay through. Ended up getting all 100 of that particular trophy, but ended up getting hosed on another type of collectible. I think it was the blueprint one this time. So same type of thing. I wasn't able to get the blueprint trophy that time, and I was not able to get the all collectibles. So I ended up being short 2 trophies again. So this is complete different game in the sense that it's been remastered and rebundled into a single player experience. I have no idea how the stories intertwine, if I'm going to literally pick, 1, 2, and 3, or if it's, if it's all story combined as 1 through 3 are all part of it. I don't know how it'll play, but I'm excited to play it. And unfortunately, they took the co-op aspect out of it, which is why it ended up being a Wednesday game instead of a Tuesday game, because the old ones, 2, 3, and 4 all were multiplayer, where 1 and the remaster are single player only. So, unfortunately, I'll be playing that solo. But hey, it'll be fun. It's got some crafting in it, so you'll get to see me complain about that while playing through one of my most favorite action games out there. And then I don't have a plan for after that. I was thinking maybe Lollipop Chainsaw might finally get some run. But, Spider-Man 2 is likely going to be a free game here pretty soon because it's getting to that threshold. It's already been out on PC now for a couple of days, and it's doing well from what I hear. I got mixed reviews on Twitter, but sales-wise, it looks like it's doing all right. So that's good. And so moving forward on the schedule here, we got Thursdays, which is my project day. It's usually something I would, the day that I would use to do like Funko Fusion or Lego Horizon videos. And it very well will be moving forward as I'm ready to unpause from all of that pause. It's been a long time. I'm ready to I'm hungry. I want to get them collectibles, get those videos. I want to get it done too. So like the people who are ahead or have been playing it have a full guide. Right now they're missing about 11 levels, I think it is. It's either 11 or 16. Can't remember. It's probably 16, actually. And then Friday, we still will have it be an Apex and or Fortnite day. It's been a while since we've shot the pew-pews on the old Fortnite. It was brought to my attention the other day that maybe I should return to that. Things have changed. As of like today or yesterday, they got a big update, and like a bunch of the OG stuff is back. So I think it's its own separate mode. Looks like it's decent as long as there's a no build old school. I might be convinced to play, especially since Apex is getting ready to change seasons. We won't be able to gain much or do much for another couple of weeks. So we'll see. Obviously, that's an availability thing too. There's a couple of people that are more willing to play Fortnite than Apex. A couple of people that are more willing to play Apex than Fortnite. So my team is always a little bit split down the middle, and we'll see how it all works out. There's been some talk too that there may be some initiative being taken where Lego Fortnite might make an appearance at some point again too, but we'll see. No promises on that yet. And again, that'll take place over on HTG TV, as will the Crime Boss and Goat Simulator. Well, Dead Rising, the Deluxe Remaster, and Sunday's Lego Batman 3 are both going to be on Happy Thumbs Gaming. Now, Saturday's the only other day. We'll be taking that off. That's family day for me. I try to spend time with the wife and also get stuff done around here. And then, like I said, Sunday we'll be at Lego Batman 3 for another week or two. I'm sure that we will have another Lego game in its spot by the end of February. There's no way there's going to be like 3 or 4 more streams of Lego. We only have like, what, 5 Lantern Planets, which go pretty fast. And then we have 6 or 7 DLCs, which, again, those are pretty small levels too. Probably anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes each, including story and free play would be my guess. So, I mean, I might be able to get through 3 more streams and be done with that. But I doubt it'll be 4. I'm guessing we'll be voting soon. And that vote will take place over on the main community page of our YouTube channel. If you guys haven't been there yet, I try to post, like today, I'm going to try to remember to post the new stream schedule over there so that people can see that. Somebody brought it to my attention too that I do not have like an active link for stream schedule on the main website. And that kind of blew my mind. I was like, well, how did I miss that after all these years? Usually I'm pretty good. It is one more task that I would have to do each time that I make a new one, which is usually once a month. But that's something I can certainly handle. So for those of you who might go to the website, happythumbsgaming.com, there might be a new button here pretty soon. And I appreciate anybody and everybody who traffics all of that. Right now, as I mentioned, our numbers are all up. And for some reason, what I think it is I think the cost per million, the actual pool, we'll call it the minimum wage, if you will, is down right now because it's in between holidays and Super Bowl. Here in a week or so, we're going to be Super Bowl, so that'll ramp back up. But it's just weird how I can have like thousands of more views and like somehow that equivalates to less money. Like it's I've never understood YouTube. Like I never have. I'm grateful for it. Mr. Beast put out a pretty good post today about, YouTube gets a lot of flack for many reasons, but not a lot of praise. And I mean, YouTube's been my boss or, provided a platform for me for the last 13 and a half, 14 years. That's crazy and awesome. And, so as much as I feel like YouTube does hate me and how it sort of limits my reach and throttles my views on things like even my shorts, they'll get going, a couple thousand views in the first like couple minutes and then it just stops. Why'd you shadow ban me, bro? I don't understand why you're shadow banning me. That had good momentum. People were liking it. Why'd you stop it? So I stopped making them because it seemed like it was hurting more than it was helping. But one of these days, maybe I'll get back on the good side of the algorithm and we can all live in a happy YouTube space. But for now, they hate me and I still praise them for the opportunity. But yeah. Other than Patreon shouts, guys, that's all I have on the agenda. It sounds like the wife might be back. What up, King Patrick? Welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and let's back it up real quick and hit the old Patreon. These are our patreon.com/HappyThumbsGaming supporters at $5 and up. Big shout out to all these guys who have been there for a long time. Most. I think Nam finally remembered today that this was the thing that he was doing, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm still supporting you? Gotta change that. But he's going to still get some love, even if it did get removed today. And yeah, big thanks to all. It helps tremendously. And if you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically just another way that you can support us directly without, like YouTube takes 50% of everything. Twitch takes like 30 or 70%. I don't know. I think it's 70% of the. So, I mean, there's a lot of, and obviously the platform runs, they provide all the stuff. It's available. It's never down. Like there's a lot of reasons why they get the money. So, and I understand that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like that's another way that people could support. And those people were at the $5 and up. Now, on another list here, I actually have the $10 and up. And you know him as our guide writer. He's also a friend of most of us. He's the lovely Dougie Fresh. Thank you so much for your support, Doug. Even though you're not able to answer your phone right now, you still come through with the love, and I appreciate you more than you know. And again, for the record, no anger. Big understanding. We good. So just want to make that clear to everybody out there. Let's see here. Next up, we've got Michael Carr. Forsberg. Thank you so much for your support, Michael. You've been a big-time Patreon supporter for years at the $10 and up, and it is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Hopefully you will see this probably later. And it's January, so I feel like I already said Golf R, so let's go with Racing Line. Racing Line. That's the word. Keyword Racing Line. Let's see here. Gutter Snipe, what up? Thumbs up back at you, bro. Thumbs up back at you. What happened to Hoosier? Well, Hoosier is still around. We have not seen Hoosier much. Last report was that there was a shift in the family duties, and I think the times available changed. I still see Hoosier on the Discord every once in a while reading. I haven't seen any posts in a week or two. We've seen Hoosier be the lucky recipient of a gifted membership a couple of times, and I believe one of those times there was an appearance. So not totally gone. There is a part of me too that kind of wonders. I know there was a connection between another, I just to not raise old stuff up again. There was another persona who had sort of a little bit of an unliking, and that may have also affected the frequency too. I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know. Hopefully we'll see and get an update soon. Let's see here. What is John saying? Oh yeah, no worries, John. No, trust me. No, your support and your humor, which if you notice, I ignored your comment. The answer to your question is never. I mean, I can't say never. Lego Rock Band may somehow, if it mysteriously shows up at my door someday, I might make it happen, but I don't think it will. Now, keep in mind, I still have 2 more Patreon shouts, so quit trying to distract me all. Next up, we got April White. Thank you so much, April. I'm pretty sure. Wait, hopefully it's not my turn to respond to the email. I feel like I sent you a giant novel, and you're probably still reading it. So, my bad for typing an eternity. Would love to hear from you. Hopefully everything is good. And again, thank you so much for your support. Greatly appreciate it. And last but not least, at the $10 and up on patreon.com/happythumbsgaming is Bonnie Miller. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Much love. Hope all is well on your end. Now, guys, that is it as far as things go. I don't think the wife is home yet. Is she home yet? Nope. She has left home. She has not returned home. And let's see here. Yeah. All right. Do I have a P.O. box? We did for a while. We do not currently. And obviously, I'm not comfortable just handing out my address live on stream. But there's probably a way you could find it. That's all I'm going to say. There's probably a way you can find it. And I'm not encouraging any sending of anything either, especially right now if times are tough. Don't be spending loot on shipping. Shipping is ridiculously expensive right now. I had a talk with Paz the other day, who actually he's a post office delivery person. And he was telling me that they are really struggling to have the amount of people that they would like. And reason for that still undetermined. Wasn't sure if it was pay wasn't good. I mean, a lot of people have seen a lot of movies where mailmen are getting chased by dogs and getting bit in the arse. So that being said, maybe there's a lot of disconnect from the desire to be a dog or a male person. I mean, you don't want to be bitten by the dogs. I don't think that happens as much as we see it in movies, but I've actually never asked. He would be honest. He would tell me, "Oh yeah, it was all the time," or maybe not. But yeah. So I don't know. I was asking when's the money gonna come down? When's it gonna not cost me $100 to send you something? And he was like, "I don't know. I don't think it ever will. It might be cheaper to walk it to me." So, drive it on over, bro. Drive it on over. Paz lives across the country from me. It's almost as far as you can get from one point to another. And there's probably some points that are longer, but it's pretty close. Buy forever stamps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, glad to see that you like the snowy background. Like I said, it hasn't hit here yet, but I know, like, I mean, even Florida got hit with some, like a large portion of Florida got hit with snow, like inches of snow. One place recorded like 7 inches, had never had snow before and recorded 7 inches. That's crazy. So, our like I said, ours is supposed to happen tomorrow evening start, and then it's supposed to melt Sunday, and then come back Monday, and then melt Monday evening, Monday afternoon, and then Tuesday it's supposed to start again. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't get cold enough to create like the ice barrier. Like I was saying earlier, if you watch the other stream, our journey to get to where we're going for Drex's surgery, I mean, we've got probably a 3.5 mile drive from our house to I-5, which is one of the longest interstates. I think it is the longest interstate actively in the United States. And we'll take that south for, 50 miles-ish to Springfield, which is where The Simpsons is filmed. So we'll be down in Springfield. And the place is like, we take an exit, and I'm not kidding, it's like 2-3 blocks down. We have to drive by like a gas station, and then like a restaurant, and then like it's the parking lot. So we're hopeful. We got, we'll be taking our Tesla, which is a tank. That thing weighs like a gajillion pounds with all the battery and everything that's in it. Plus I'll be in it. So we should be good with weight. And then, it is all wheel drive as well. So we'll be cruising, taking it slow and easy. And, usually I-5 is trafficked enough that unless it's just like snow flurrying, most of the roads are pretty good. There's a lot of people with studded tires that live in the area we're headed to as well, because it does get a little colder down there. And it's got a Nom's old stomping grounds. He went to school for like, what was it, 7 or 8 years at U of O. Jonathan, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Just watching Lego DC, guys. Saw you were live. Awesome. Sweet, sweet. Yeah, we're just wrapping it up here with the old game break. We kind of went through things past, present, and future. Talked about birthdays for me, my wife, and my son. We talked about streams that are upcoming. So all sorts of stuff. Feel free to go back if you need to kill some time at some point. It might be interesting. It might not be. It's up to you. Welcome, though. Thanks for swinging through. Hopefully our Lego DC villain guides are helping out. Hopefully they're super villains. All right, so pretty much that's it for me, guys. If you guys got anything else, I'm always up for questions or whatnot. Lego Rock Band is a possibility, he says. I don't know. I thought The Simpsons were filmed in L.A. Springfield, brah, Springfield. As per always, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Thank you so much for watching our videos, putting up with me, bantering with friends, even though sometimes it's car talk, which may not be appealing, or sports talk. Like, everybody's got their stuff, right? Hopefully we touch some of those interesting topics over the course of all the things we do. And I definitely appreciate you guys have like 50 spring. Well, there's supposedly 2 that are the maybes, and I'm pretty sure Matt Groening finally came out and said it was Springfield. Or like he was born and raised in Eugene, I believe. So that right there alone kind of tells me that it has to be the Oregon one and not the other ones. So forget all the other ones. Forget all the other ones. But let's see here. Indiana Jones 2. Well, whenever I get done with Funko, that would be probably it. Like, Lego Horizon will be quick. I probably have... I still don't know how I'm going to do the Apex hunts. They're roughly 10 to 15-minute hunts. I don't... each... So there's 4 areas that have 4 hunts. So I'm not sure if I should do like 1 video per area, which would be 4 hunts, which could end up being like an hour-long video. Do I stream those and just add those into the playlist? I would rather have some like control over what I'm doing because I may make a mistake and look terrible or be really bad at it. I don't like doing that in guide videos. I do that plenty on live streams. I don't need to do that in my guides. I can revert my save and go fix whatever I didn't do right the first time. So I'll probably do one video per, which means there's going to be 16, then the how to do 17, and then we've got some grindage, which will probably end up being in the form of a live stream. I'm hoping that I can get the final three characters done, maybe in one stream. I've got the XP boosters. I just don't know how possible or probable. As far as time spent in the game, it's only supposed to take like 15 hours to platinum it. I've got like 10. So I feel like I'm getting pretty close to being to the end of the grind. But I don't know. Kirsten's a little ahead of me on that. She's hopefully going to be my eyes moving forward since Doug has succumbed to real life stuffs. But yes, Lego Indy 2 is on my agenda. If there's no other Lego game or other guide required for another game, like if something else pops up, right, that would, I don't know what it would be, but if there isn't another game, then that's the plan. So Lego Indy 2, 33 hours for you. Dang. Well, I mean, everybody's got a little different time, and maybe the original guide informations weren't correct, right? I mean, I think it said 15 to 20 hours or something. I don't remember. It's been like a year since that game came out, it feels like, too. Like, talk about been a while. That's been a while. But Big Bean, what up? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for swinging by. We are just about donezo. Yes, appreciate that, Adam D. Appreciate that. High fives, dabs, hugs, all of the above. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. I'm going to go get some pizza and fill my fat belly. Probably watch the new Severance. If you haven't checked out Severance on Apple TV, go watch a trailer for it. It's not for everybody, but it's like one of those mysterious what the crap is happening shows. I love those. Those are some of the best shows. Comedy and what the crap is haps. Those are my favorite kind of shows. So anyways, Severance, Apple TV, check it out. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. I'll be back on Sunday for Lego Batman 3. Set those calendars. See you then. If you have not already, please check out happythumbsgaming.com. We also got some social media presence. Go ahead and check it out. Get involved with other Happy Thumbs gamers like yourself. As for me, that's going to do it for now, though. As always, until next time.